Hey folks, Tennessee Brando here. Lauren Boebert is at it again. She recently went on the Charlie Kirk show and said that she opposes gay marriage because it is a part of the Democrats' all-out assault on America's traditional values. Take a look at this video and then let's try to come back and break it down. Roll it.
Yeah, so like many pieces of legislation, this was absolutely rushed through. It didn't go through all of the markup process that we have in committees, and there weren't actual hearings on the legislation. And they really have launched an all-out assault on America's traditional values.
Man, she is just the gift that keeps on giving. You know, back when I first took this gig as a contributor here on MeidasTouch, I said to myself, well, I hope there's enough stuff going around for me to talk about. I hope there's enough clips out there for me to react to. And then I realized as long as someone like Lauren Boebert is out there talking, there will never be a shortage of material. Now, she wants to say that gay marriage is a Democratic assault on their traditional values. Can someone explain to me how that gay marriage is Democratic? How is being gay Democratic? How is it a Democrat or Republican issue? How is two people in love wanting to get married and spend the rest of their lives together and have the same rights as the rest of us, how is that a political issue? And why have we let it be turned into one? She acts like the Democrats just created gay marriage. Like one day we were all just sitting around in some satanic pizza parlor and said, hey, let's make up gay marriage. That's not how it works.
But this bill was unnecessary. Look, I think the federal government should not be involved in marriage. My marriage between my husband is really between me and God, not between me and the government. But this was absolutely unnecessary.
She goes on to say, though, that she believes that the federal government shouldn't even be involved in marriage at all, and that marriage should be between her and her God. Okay, well, if she really believed that, then why don't she keep her nose out of gay people's business and just let it be between them and their God? Why doesn't she do what her Bible says in Matthew chapter 7, verse 1, when it says, judge not that you be not judged? Why don't she live by those words, just keep her nose out of it and let it be between them and their God? But see, she has no trouble whatsoever using the federal government when it fits her agenda. When the federal government disagrees with Lauren Boebert, she'll say, well, actually, wait, it's supposed to be the church. The church is supposed to control the government. But then when the government does what she wants, she's all about it. Because trust me, she's all for the federal government stepping in and getting rid of gay marriage. She's all for the federal government stepping in and taking women's rights away to make their health care decisions they need to make. She's all for that. So she will play both sides of the coin and use both of them against one another anytime she gets the chance.
They have attacked our institutions. They have weakened the nuclear family and undermined masculinity and even femininity. And the people who can't even define what a woman is now wants to get in the middle of defining a covenant between a man and a woman and God.
And she wants to say that we are attacking her institutions? Really? When they're the ones that physically attacked our nation's capital to try to overturn a free and honest election? In the last couple of months, we have seen more rights stripped away from people by the Republican Party than ever before. And yet they're the ones that wants to scream, don't tread on me, when they treaded all over us and have been for years now. And then she goes on to say that we have undermined masculinity. And that gay marriage is undermining masculinity. Are there people out there, guys, actually, that are that fragile in their own skin that they think two people getting married is going to somehow affect their masculinity? I can tell you that I have went in gay bars, sat down and had a beer, and at no point did I be like, oh man, my masculinity is threatened here. I've never had those thoughts, and I've never understood them. But for whatever reason, there is an audience of people, of fragile white dudes out there that just loves to sit back and think that everything out there happening is somehow taking away their manhood. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I get that. Why did 47 Republicans vote for it? The Democrats are obviously, they're despicable, but 47 Republicans shouldn't be.
Right, because they don't want attack ads. They are absolutely afraid of attack ads, and unfortunately...
Is that really the whole thing?
It always is the thing. That always is the conversation that is taking place on the House floor.
Build that out for us. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
So you're in the House floor, and people are saying, like, obviously paraphrasing, I'm going to go vote for homosexual marriage because I'm afraid of television ads?
Yes. Yes, Charlie. This happens on a regular basis, whether it be infrastructure, whether it be funding, whether it be is sending more money to Ukraine.
Which is insane.
It is insane. All of it is insane. But they do not want the political attacks to come against them. And Charlie, I arrived in Washington, D.C. on attack ad, so I'm not really afraid of another one.
It could be a signal boost if you handle it correctly, by the way.
Absolutely.
And then Charlie Kirk chimes in and he says, oh, well, I could expect the Democrats, they're despicable. But what about the 47 Republicans? They shouldn't have been. And then she chimes in to say, oh, well, they're afraid of being attacked politically. They're afraid of political attack ads. Because she wants to paint herself as the rebel. She wants to act like she's the little rebel that could out there, just going out there and just with this big torch in her hand, fighting the fight for her people. And like I said before, she has absolutely no ideas. It's all about tearing down other people's ideas and all about putting their way, their thought, the way they think the world should be ran. And they'll use anything they can to get it done. So yeah, as long as people like Lauren Boebert is out there talking, us contributors here on MeidasTouch, we will be working overtime.